Okay, so first I want to apologize to you guys for getting up this video so late. For starters, the memory card for my camera shit the bed on me, so I had to wait for a new one to come in through the mail before I could start filming again. And two, I would have seen this movie during its opening weekend, but a really good friend of mine from home was out of town when it was coming out. He really wanted to see it, and I was like, alright, I'll wait to see it with ya. Hey, what's up, Mike? I'm talking about you, buddy. But hey, now that I have finally seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, and now that I imagine that anyone who does want to see this movie has seen it now, let's discuss it. Now, the first Cloverfield, I think, came out when I was around 14 years old, and it's actually a movie that I haven't seen yet because I wasn't going to the movie theaters that often that age, so it just kind of slipped under my radar. And then I saw the trailer for this movie, which is meant to be marketed as like a spin-off towards Cloverfield, and it looked like a really interesting movie, so I felt, hey, I should check this out. So this movie opens up with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She plays a girl named Michelle. She's apparently in a big fight with her fiance to the point where she's decided to just pack up all of her stuff and just leave her home. And she's just driving down the highway, going off to who knows where, when then all of a sudden she just gets nailed by something. We don't know what it is at first, but it causes just a horrible accident which puts her completely off the road. And I really like that we didn't see what caused the accident because it leaves you thinking like, was it the monster that's in Cloverfield? Was it something else entirely? It's already got the wheels spinning, which is great. So later on, she does wake up in this small room. She's chained to the wall. She's got an IV hooked up to her arm. What's amazing though, she didn't really look that badly injured. I thought from an accident like that, she would just be crippled. So lucky her. And of course, she's freaking out entirely because she has no idea what she's doing here. She has no idea who has placed her here or what exactly is going to happen to her. And then the door to her room is unlocked and we see John Goodman walk in, and he just looks like the creepiest bastard ever. Like the guy you would last want to be locked into a room with. And naturally, Michelle is looking at him like, alright, I don't know if this guy's gonna kill me or rape me or fucking eat me or whatever, but the point is, I gotta get out of here. So she's able to unlock herself from the wall. She's able to use one of the crutches that John Goodman gave her to walk. She's able to carve that into a little spear as a weapon. And then when John Goodman comes back, Michelle tries to stab him with the little spear that she made, and she tries to escape, but he only ends up grabbing her and sedating her. She eventually does wake up again, and John Goodman is sitting just, right in front of her, and now it's time for him to explain what exactly is going on. We learn John Goodman's character's name. His name is Howard, and he explains to Michelle how there has been a severe attack on the surface that is just wiping out mankind. The air out there is unbreathable, and now they have to stay in this bunker for at least a year, maybe even a bit longer before they can go back out. Michelle eventually finds another guy that's in this bunker. He's a young dude. His name is Emmett, and he explains to Michelle that Howard is not BSing. There is an attack out there, and Emmett basically had to force himself into this bunker to survive. And now that they've got everyone together, Howard, he gives him a little bit of a tour of the bunker. And honestly, it's actually not a bad setup. He's got a well-made kitchen, he's got a bedroom for everybody, he's got a little living room with, movies and books and music. It's actually not bad. It's something that you wouldn't mind being in for a year if you had to survive, the end of the world. So they're all just sitting down, they're enjoying dinner between themselves, and Michelle and Emmett, they're just talking over whatever, and out of nowhere, Howard just flips out on these guys, particularly Michelle. He just pins her up against the wall. He doesn't like that. I guess she was being kind of flirtatious with Emmett, and he tells her like, hey, don't behave like that or I'm gonna fuck you up. And naturally, he's getting all up in her face. It's leaving her absolutely terrified, and she's like, yes, I'll behave, I'm sorry. But in the meantime, she also notices the keys that were on Howard's belt, and while, he was in her face screaming at her, she's able to take the keys from him while he's not looking. Because naturally, after that incident of him just in her face screaming at her, she's like, alright, this guy is clearly dangerous. I have to get out of here now. So she waits for the right moment, and she just smashes Howard in the face with a bottle. She runs over to the airlock where the door is to get outside. She's just about to unlock the door, but Howard is pleading with her, no, you cannot open that door. Do not go outside. But just before Michelle can open the door and leave, a woman appears in front of the door from outside, and her face is just completely all trashed and infected from the air that's outside. And this woman is just pleading with Michelle to please let her in, but Howard is telling Michelle that there is nothing that can be done with that woman. She is beyond saving. So naturally, after that whole situation, Michelle is starting to realize that maybe Howard is right. Maybe something is out there that is killing mankind. Howard even goes on to explain to Michelle that he was the one who accidentally caused the accident that she was in. He was in a big rush to get back to his bunker, and he ended up just slamming into her car on the way there. That's why he wanted to bring Michelle into his bunker, because he felt guilty for causing the accident. So now at this point, the three of them that are in this bunker, they start to become a little more friendly with each other, almost like a family even. They all learn a little bit more about each other, and they also learn in particular that Howard used to have a wife and a daughter. His daughter's name was Megan. He shows Michelle a picture of her, and he explains to her how, his wife took Megan and left him, and he has never seen them since. But then comes another big moment later on in this movie. Emmett and Howard need Michelle to climb into the air vent. They need her to go back and turn on the air circulation so they can breathe safe air again. She's able to get to the air vent system. She's able to reset the system. However, while she's also up there, she notices a ladder that leads to the outside under a locked window. And on this window, she sees the word help carved into it. She also finds these two little bloody earrings that she recognized from the picture of Megan that Howard showed her. And Michelle goes to talk to Emmett about this. It's like, hey, maybe something else is going on with Howard that we don't know about. Michelle then goes on to show Emmett the picture of Megan that she was shown to by Howard. And Emmett explains to Michelle that that is not Megan, that's some girl from his high school that went missing 2 years ago. Which now has them realizing that Howard is actually a threat and they are not safe there. However, they also know that the air outside is completely unbreathable. They can't go outside without dying either. So naturally, they need to find a way to get the keys from Howard so they can sneak outside and also be able to survive outside. Luckily, because Michelle has the skills and fashion that she has, she's able to construct a little makeshift biohazard suit with also a gas mask so they can go outside and survive in the environment. Which was one area that I really like seeing, because traditionally speaking, in a lot of these psychological thriller horror movies, the girl in the movie is generally an idiot. She's always got that damsel in distress persona. She doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know what to do. She's always just panicking. But no, the character of Michelle in this movie was a really smart chick, knows how to stay calm under pressure, and knows what she has to do in order to survive this. It added a ton for this movie, and it only brought it up so many more levels for me. However, Howard knows these two are up to something, and now he corners them and tries to get the truth out of them. And with that, Emmett decides to do the good guy thing. He stands up and he says, hey, she has nothing to do with this. I did this because I wanted to find a way to get your gun, because I want Michelle to respect me the way she respects you. And Howard appears, appreciative of the honesty. He forgives him for what happened, and then all of a sudden just pulls out his gun and he shoots Emmett in the head. And at this point, Howard tells Michelle, it's like, it's okay, now we can live together as our own little family, everything's all good, okay? This has Michelle think a little bit. It's like, this is why he has been kidnapping girls. He has been missing Megan, and he wants to find a replacement for his daughter. And then she figures that girl who was from Emmett's high school that went missing probably tried to escape, and as a result, Howard just killed her. Luckily at this point, Michelle has perfected the suit, and now she knows she has to get outside. It doesn't take long though, however, for Howard to discover that Michelle has created this suit, and now Michelle knows it's now or never. It's time to get out. She's able to push Howard into this vat of acid that he keeps in the bunker, which causes him to just fall face first into it. Unfortunately, now the acid has eaten through this electrical wire, which is now setting the bunker on fire. So yeah, not only does she have this big psycho chasing after her, now she's gonna deal with this fire that started. Poor girl just can't catch a break. Luckily for Michelle, she knows that the only way she can escape so Howard won't catch her is through the air vent that she can crawl through. However, Howard is still trying to get her back. He's trying to stab through the vent any way that he can to try to stop her. Once she's made it to the air vent, she's putting on the suit, and now she's able to get outside and escape the bunker. However, she realizes as she's outside, she sees a flock of birds flying in the sky, which makes her realize, oh, maybe the air is safe to breathe. So she takes off the mask, she breathes in the fresh air, and she realizes, alright, it is safe. Now it's about finding a way to get out of here. So she's trying to start up one of the cars that's in the lawn as a way to get off the property, but as she does, she notices this aircraft thing in the air. She thinks it's a helicopter, maybe. And after the bunker just explodes from the fire, the thing starts flying closer towards her, only for her to realize it's some kind of alien aircraft. Which then proceeds to release this like sort of toxic green gas in the air, which you realize is, oh, that's the poisonous air that we were told about. Luckily though, Michelle is able to put the suit back on, and she runs into the barn that's in the yard for cover. However, once she's in the barn, she notices as she's looking out that there's some sort of worm creature alien out there that's hunting. She's able to take the keys from the dead woman that she saw from earlier in the movie and just make it towards the truck. But now that this creature has seen her, it's coming after her. And this thing was just so freaky looking. It looked like some sort of kind of dinosaur hybrid with a worm, big mouth coming out of its mouth kind of thing. This thing was certainly not something you ever hope to run into in your life. And the aircraft now knows Michelle is hiding in this truck, and it tries to pick her up to apparently eat her. And it looks like she's screwed, but she's able to find a lighter and some kind of cocktail drink to make one of those like cocktail bombs that you see sometimes. She lights it on fire and she just throws it into the aircraft alien thing's mouth, which causes it to just blow up. With that, Michelle is now finally able to drive away from this property. And luckily for her, as she's driving away, she hears someone on the radio announce that anyone who is looking for refuge from the alien attack should go to Houston. And with that, she sees a sign that directs her towards Houston. She goes that way, and the movie ends. So all in all, I thought 10 Cloverfield Lane was a great movie. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, I thought was great in this movie. I loved how it made her a really smart chick who knew what to do in this situation, and not the stereotypical dumb girl you see in these kind of movies. John Goodman, though, absolutely crushes it in this movie. He needed to play a really creepy guy who you would never want to be in a room with, and he played that so well. Yeah, I didn't see Sully anywhere in this movie. I just saw some creepy motherfucker who looked like he was ready to rip someone's face off. The intensity in this movie is so strong and powerful. It has so many creepy, suspenseful moments that put you on the edge of your seat, gets your blood rushing, gets the hair on the back of your neck standing up, leaves you scared of what's gonna happen next. I loved how this movie had you guessing, like, is Howard actually really crazy, or is he someone trying to help? Is there a crisis that's really going on outside? The pacing in this movie was also really good. You know, there were no moments where I felt like something was dragging on or anything like that. It kept me engaged fully throughout it, which is awesome. The only real gripe that I personally had in this movie is, and this is nitpicking, but I would have liked to see a little bit more of these alien monsters in the movie. I mean, like I said, I didn't see the first Cloverfield, but I know it does revolve around a big alien monster that's destroying everything. And granted, at the very end, we do get those two alien things that try to kill Michelle, but I still would have liked to have seen just a little bit more of them if it was possible. So yeah, that's the other thing. If you went into this movie expecting another big monster movie like Alien Invasion, Destroying of Mankind movie, something like that, you're gonna be disappointed by it. That being said, if you want a movie that's a really great psychological thriller that's going to put you on the edge of your seat with great characters and leaving you guessing what's going to happen next, you are going to really enjoy this movie. I know I absolutely enjoyed this movie. I actually have also heard that they're going to maybe make some sequels to it to try to expand on the story of what went on during Cloverfield, and I think that could be awesome. So that's all I got to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.